Hi again. So I have completed the dovetails on this one drawer. Uh, I'm yet to do start on that cherry thing. So I haven't glued it. Obviously, I have to do more things like work on the drawer bottom before I do that. So this is just the rough fit, and it's fitting very nicely. And let me focus the camera on the bench. I'll show over we'll go over what's the next thing we are planning to do. So yes, this has come out pretty nice, and I haven't checked one thing which I will check right now. 10 316 yeah, I'm very happy with that. Like, so this has come out square. I will work on the drawer bottom because I'm planning to like make those grooves. These are very thin, so I won't be making grooves directly on this. So I'll be working on separate pieces. I will cut plow grooves into that, and I will attach those here. So before I do that, I have to also plane this. I have to make sure I don't forget that, because I have to make sure this is all level, because I will be registering the length of that. So I will have to remember that. Yeah, this is a 16th over half an inch. That's fine. And this kind of work, when we are plowing grooves, it's much more helpful to have straight grained stroke, but this one is not the ideal stroke that I'm using, but this is what I have. I don't want to waste it. Really wiry grain here, so this isn't exactly 316, but more or less this is, I think this is more like quarter inch, but at least like whatever I have, this will help me gauge like what's the center, and also I don't need to take care of that macro adjustment. I am more or less to the center. I will work with that. Too deep of a shaving. I'm taking a heavy shaving, which I shouldn't, if it is especially when the grain is really nice. Oh, I didn't set the depth. Let's see. How much do I need? Not the most critical, but I don't want it like too deep. Maybe 3/16 quarter, something like that. One thing I've learned is to keep clearing these things, because if they get jammed, it takes the iron off course. This area where there was like awkward grain, it did tear out. That's it. Just I'll back off my iron and take one shaving just to clean off the too much. Came out pretty good, other than this area, which it's fine with me. So normally I try to go the other side, but this side the grain looks even worse. So let me see how it works out. When this thing works, it can be such a joy to plow grooves, but other times when it doesn't work, it's a pain. This, this is nice. Yeah, same thing. Let me break the this because they are sharp, and so one on each side. I'll rip this, and then I have to do one more so that for these corners. So I'll work on that before I glue in those grooves. Grooved pieces, I have to make sure that this is level. This is like significantly up. So let's see. Number 4 will work here better. I don't think my number 4 is, I will remember, is this one sharp? No, it doesn't look like. I think this is good now. The number 4 definitely works better. Like, it's just that it's not the sharpest. This side is up. That's what I felt also. So let me. Let me clamp it in a favorable way, this way. This is pretty good. At least from like my winding sticks, it looked nice. So I am just trying to test it against the actual box. I'm not trying to take too much material. I think I have like I have room to take more. So this is the bottom part. I have to paste the those. I have to rip these pieces, and I will be gluing those here. I'll work on that. I will record those. But so I don't forget when I disassemble it, like whether to do it this side or the other side, I'll just mark it with a pencil. It's not a measurement or anything, so just to remember. Okay, so I have done like grooving, like plowing grooves on these pieces. I mean, normally, like always, like with plow plane, like it's much easier, like if you can find some straight grained piece of stock, makes it like a lot easier. Mainly because like with that plane, like we tend to take a thicker shaving, so I have to cut it down to right length. But before that, like by the way, like this was like approximately 3/16, and I have like uh, so this was the stock. So I used just the band saw to take out those, like rip those pieces. Could do it by hand. I just went to my band saw. I'll plane this side because I will be gluing this to the so I just want it a little bit smooth. I mean, somewhat uniform shaving, once I get, like that's good enough, like just for the gluing surface. This is plain enough, and also like I did a little bit of like mild sanding on the inside. Not sure if that is needed. I just like, it just makes my handling a little bit easier. So the next thing is, I haven't disassembled it because I want to take the measurements off of it. If you can see, like there is this thinner side, there is thicker side. In order to gain the maximum depth, I want the thinner side at the bottom, so that I can get a good depth of this one. It's not a critical thing, but that's what I'm trying to go for. If it were like a critical piece of like miter joint, like a photo frame or something, I would have like after this I would have tried to go to my um, shooting board. But this is a drawer bottom. I'm not concerned too much about that, but I still try to measure the accuracy. You see, it's like super accurate, just little bit of planing, but I'm not going for that. It's not as important to get this super accurate, but we try to like shoot for some level of accuracy. It makes us feel good. I mean, I may have to still come back and plane it a little bit, because I don't want it to be holding off on the, see, it's a accurate fit. That's what I want. And I will then cut the drawer bottom. So that's what I'm going to do right now. This let me cut the other two sides. I like this work actually, like because I don't know why, this gives a lot of satisfaction. These two sides like seem to fit just perfectly fine. Yeah, I think this one goes very nicely. These saws, I keep telling that, like these saws are like really wonderful for I mean, they do work like amazing for anyone, and especially for someone who is on a budget, like they are like really amazing. How much do they cost? Like 30-40 bucks? I mean, for a dovetail saw, I mean, can't beat that. I mean, I can glue these, because after gluing I cannot glue the dovetails until I create the panel, because I will need that panel to So let me work on the gluing thing, and I will bring some clamps. Even this much there is like squeeze out, but that's fine. I can plane that part. I haven't started putting the clamps, but I will do that right now because I know the fourth one is loose. I can do some hammer tapping at the end or right now itself. Now let me open this and work on like aligning these things. This is fine. I can leave it for an hour or so, maybe more. I'm not going to use it right now. So yeah, I will let it sit for couple of hours. 1 hour it should be done. But yeah, I'm not going to work on it today probably. What else is remaining? I have to work on the drawer bottom, and then fitting the drawer. That I have to spend some time on that one because I want the fit to be really nice, good fit. And then we have to work on that handle and then the finishing. I'm yet to work on the drawer of the other one. I'll see whether I'm juggling between the two projects now. Yeah, see you again.